All right, so the first card you have in your past is the Hermit. Yeah, obviously, being by yourself, really thinking very deeply. I think you're naturally like that. You're a very deep thinker, and I don't think you mind being by yourself. I think with this lockdown or whatever, obviously no one's happy being in that situation. But I think it's you're kind of okay in that situation. You don't feel all that stressed about it. That's kind of the impression I'm getting with you, if this is you. And thinking really deeply, thinking about things. And you've got this and the Moon card together, which you've got under this here. It's magnified, that kind of depth, that introspection, all those thoughts and everything is all magnified. So it means that you're all by yourself. You're really thinking about things very deeply, thinking about, okay, what do I want to do? I'm not really happy about my work. I'm not happy about a few things here. Let's really think really carefully about what I want to do going into the future. So I think you're thinking about that. And I think also you're alone in your thoughts in a way that you didn't want to be as well, but you knew you had to be. So what I mean by that is there were some thoughts that you had that you felt you couldn't share with people. So you were kind of in your own head with that and thinking about that. The other thing I think is I'm getting that maybe you're getting over someone. And I feel like you're almost there. You might already be there, but you're kind of getting over someone as well. And you're doing that by yourself. A lot of this is all by yourself, obviously, with this Hermit, in your own space, doing your own thing, and that's how you heal. You just keep to yourself until you're ready. You don't go out and doing lots of things. You don't go finding someone else right away. A lot of people do that. You just wait it out. You just let yourself feel things, and that's a really, really good thing. That's something I really like about you, is that that's what you do. And, I think a lot of people see you as maybe someone who might even be a little bit cold. You're not like that. But, you're a bit like an iceberg. Not cold, that's not what I mean. What I mean is people see the tip of what you're really feeling. They see a little bit of what you're really feeling. But underneath the surface of the water, there's a lot going on to that, just like an iceberg. So there's a lot of depth inside yourself, lots and lots of feelings, lots of things, and you're very careful of who you speak to about those things. You like to be by yourself. You're very careful of who you trust. I've got that here as well. Trust issues. So that's a part of that as well. And yeah, with someone you're getting over, this is what I'm getting. You opened yourself up to this person. And I think they took that, and it's hard for you to do that. It's hard for you to do that, and I think so. It's like I finally opened myself up, and it was horrible. It was really bad. I opened myself up to someone who I couldn't really trust, and I only found that out after I opened up. So there's all that as well. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. This person that you're with. Yeah, not trustworthy at all, not trustworthy at all. I'm getting lots of different faces here. Lots of different faces here. It's a bit like, I think when you're with them, it's a little bit like, what am I going to be faced with today? What am I going to be faced with? Am I going to be faced with happy, sad, angry, this kind of person, that kind of person? Look at the moon, you've got a sad face, you've got tears, you've got the sun at the back, which is happy, all kinds of things. And again, also, if you look across into the future, you've got the King of Cups. Very, very difficult. You don't know what the King of Cups is thinking. You never know what he's thinking. So he's a bit like that. So it's interesting. You've got those two there. Very difficult, very draining when you're with them. And so that's all what you're healing from. All that draining, all that exhaustion. It's like, I just need peace. I just need to be by myself. I'm getting that here. Yeah, the other thing is lots of different stories. Because I'm looking at all these different faces again on this moon. Lots of different stories. So different things being presented to different people. So it's like, yeah, this is what I'm getting. You know all these sides of them. You know every side of this axe, every side of them. You've seen every side of them. But I think some people have only seen one side. So it's like they present this side to some people and this one to another one and this one to another one. Maybe they tell people different things. And you know all of them. And I think maybe that's another reason why you felt so alone when you were getting over this person, because I think if you went to people and said, they're like this, they're like that, they might say to you, well, I don't know that. I only see that side of them. So you're very, very alone with this, if that all makes sense. I hope this is making sense. But yeah, lots and lots of different reasons why you felt alone with this healing from this person. And also, I think you're just naturally a little bit like that anyway. So yeah, I'm getting this. Okay, this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting here, because I'm just looking down to the Justice card as well. They're not going to be able to get away with something. They're not going to be able to get away with something. So I think they've gotten away with something. Again, this person has all these different faces, so they're not honest with everyone. You can't be like that. You can't be this face with that one with that one. Eventually, someone's going to find out. It's going to be caught up. It's going to catch up with you. So, it's really interesting actually, because just looking at this moon and looking at the King of Cups on the other side, they're balanced. So that makes me think of the Justice card with the scales that are balanced. So everything's balancing right now. They might think, oh, I've got it all balanced out. That person doesn't know about that one, and that one doesn't know. In time, justice is coming to this person. Justice is coming. So, I don't know if you know that or not, but this is what's going to happen. And again, you're very quiet about this. You're just keeping to yourself, and you're just concentrating on healing by yourself. And I think that's absolutely the right thing for you to be doing. Absolutely turn your back on this person. They're not very honest, and I think you know that, and you're staying away. You're absolutely staying away. So keep on going down the road that you're going on. That's the message there. So yeah, with the Justice card, I'm going to talk about this now. Obviously, that's about fairness, justice, all that kind of thing. So yeah, I think actually someone might already be starting to realize what this person's like, this ex. And again, you're taking care of yourself, you're healing, you're making sure you're turning your back on all this. You just don't want this. It's like, I just want to be alone. I just want to be by myself. It's exhausting. I've dealt with it. No more. I'm by myself. I think there might be some kind of third party thing that happened with this person. Maybe not in the classic sense. It feels a little bit like maybe they left you for someone else, or maybe there was some overlap or something like that. It feels a little bit messy. It feels a little bit messy to me. And now we're trying to make it neat. The face they were showing to people was, oh no, there's no overlap. No, I wasn't seeing anyone else. No, I just broke up with them, and then amazingly, I just, a couple of weeks later, I was with someone else. It was amazing, wasn't it? Now, of course, it wasn't amazing. If there was overlap, of course, they were seeing someone. You don't just suddenly meet someone out of nowhere, a week after you've broken up with someone. So if that was what was happening, yes, there was overlap. If you were worried about that, if you were concerned about that and you didn't know because they hide a lot with this person, yes, there was some kind of overlap if you were kind of suspicious about that. So, yeah, this person they're with, if they're with someone now, with this overlap person, I think they're going to find out what they're like. I think they're absolutely going to find out what this person's like. And yeah, look at this Justice card. There's a curtain behind this woman. It's going to come down. The curtain's coming down. It reminds me of The Wizard of Oz, actually. I love The Wizard of Oz. It's a really, really deep movie. A lot of people think it's a bit of a fairy tale, a bit of fun. It's actually not. It's a very deep movie. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. So what this reminds me of with this curtain is, that scene, paying no attention to the man behind the curtain. So they don't want anyone to see this side of them. They don't want anyone to see that side, but the curtain's coming down. Everyone's going to see that side, and everyone's going to see that side, because I think this person, this partner, whoever they're with, they're not as quiet as you. You're this introspective person in the Hermit card, in the Moon card. You're very thoughtful. You just want to be by yourself. You don't like all this drama. But this other person is a lot louder than you. They're very vocal. That's what I'm getting, a loud, vocal person. They're going to let this out. Once they find out what this person's like, everyone's going to know this. The whole world's going to see this. The whole world's going to see this deception. So everyone's going to know about this. And I'm sitting here and I'm kind of laughing about this because I don't like people getting away with things. So, but for you, I think you're just not going to really want to know about this. It's like, yes, I've already been through this. I know what they're like. Just leave me alone. That's what I'm getting from you. But yeah, everyone's going to know about this. Everyone is going to know what they're like at some time. Okay, so the first card you have here present is the Hanged Man. Okay, before I say anything about this, I don't know if there are children involved. It might be that maybe you've got children with this axe, or it might be that they've got children with this person they're with now. I'm seeing children here because my eye is just looking down to the Queen of Pentacles, and I've got this, obviously she's a mother and she's protecting. So I've got someone who's really fiercely protecting their children. So it might be you, it might be their partner. I'm getting this. The children come first. The children come first. I'm fiercely protecting them. They come first. So it might be you, again, might be their partner. Someone's going to fight. Someone's going to fight for their children. I'm seeing that very, very clearly. Not a literal fight. I'm not saying a literal fight, but it's quite serious. It feels like someone's very, very, very serious about this. So it might even end up in court. It might not, but I've got this very serious feeling, and also you've got the Justice card here, so it might be that. Doesn't have to be. A couple of different things. Other things I'm getting here. Conflicting things. A few different things. The first thing is, there's lots of conflict, there's lots of stress. So I think that someone might reach out to you if this all resonates about this axe and everything. I think it might be this partner. I think it might be your ex's partner. Because they're finding out the truth, they're finding out about this person, they're loud, they're vocal, they want to talk to people. I think if this all resonates with you, they might come to you, they might come and ask you for some answers. This is all going to come to light, it comes out, it's a big thing that's coming out, whatever this is that they're finding out, and it's going to turn this person's world completely upside down, this partner, like this Hanged Man who's upside down. So prepare yourself for someone coming to contact you. It's like, I want to know the answer. I'm not getting any sense out of my partner. They're two-faced, three-faced, 10-faced. They tell me all these different stories. I'm not getting the truth. And that's how they were with you, I think. I'm not getting the truth from them. Who am I going to talk to? And I think they're going to come and ask you. And what's interesting is, this is right next to the Hermit, this Hanged Man. So, and you're the opposite of drama. You're absolute opposite of that. You hate drama. So, you might want to talk to them, you might not want to. It's totally up to you. If you feel like blocking them before all this happens, please go ahead and do that. I keep on getting this, it's like a repulsion. I hate drama. I want peace. I want to be by myself. I'm the Hermit. That's me at my core. I don't want all this drama. So I think you're probably going to just want to keep away from all this and just keep healing on your own, because obviously if you do listen to the person or talk to them, it's going to stir up a lot of things and you just don't want to go there again. So, and the other thing I'm getting here is there's no revenge inside you. I'm not getting that. Again, you're coming up as a hermit. You're coming up as the Queen of Pentacles, someone who's nurturing, caring. So you don't have that in you. It's just all this. The only thing I'm getting from you is keep away from me, stay away. I just want to be by myself. I just want to heal on my own. So I'm getting that all over this reading. So the next card you have here present is the Two of Wands. Okay, this is totally different. It's kind of as different in some ways, but it's similar. There's still a lot of protection here. So yeah, I'm getting work, I'm getting money, might be a business, it might be that you're thinking about a business, because you've got this, you've got the Queen of Pentacles right under that, so you've got money. So, okay, there might be a lack of care here around your work. I don't know if you feel unsafe at work, it might not be that bad, but it feels like you don't feel as if you're being taken care of properly. So it might not be safety, it might be something else. You might just feel as if, oh, my work's not taking care of me properly. They're not doing this for me, they're not doing that. And it feels like you've asked for something, you've asked for a specific thing that's going to help you in your job, and it's not happening, or they're not listening, or something like that. So it's like you go into work every day maybe not now because people are on lockdown, but normally going into work every day, feeling like you have to do your job, but because you're not listened to, because you're not cared for, you've got this other one behind you and it's like a shadow following you around, and you feel as if that's not fair, and I can't get my job done properly because I've got this kind of thing where I feel as if I'm not taken care of, I'm not valued. And so you might be thinking, I'm at a crossroads, because that's what this Two of Wands can be about, at a crossroads. So I'm at a crossroads. If they're not going to care for me, if they're not going to protect me, if they're not going to value me, I might have to go somewhere else, or I might have to do something else. So I think this is how you might be feeling, actually, especially if you're at home. If you're at home right now, it might be that this is giving you time to think about this. And you're thinking, what would I really like to do? Yeah, I've seen this in your readings before. It's, just looking at the Queen of Pentacles again. Being by yourself, working for yourself, or just doing something at home maybe. Because, she's obviously focused on her money, but she's relaxed. She's in her own surroundings. So I think that might be what you're thinking about, working by yourself, working from home. So think about that if this is you, and I think you've got some space to think about that. So, it feels like you've got some kind of a treadmill. It might be that you're in lockdown or you're away from work right now, and it feels like you really need to think about this before you get back on that treadmill again. So what I'm getting is this is your time. This is your time to think about this before you have to go back again and face all of that again. So think about what you're going to do. Think about what you want to do. The other thing with the Queen of Pentacles is, can be about keeping things to yourself, not telling people things, not in a selfish way. It's more about being a bit wise. That's how she is. She's very wise. She's very diplomatic. So I think that might be how you're going to be around this person who wants to ask you all these questions, this partner of this ex, if that's you. So it just feels like, no, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to tell them anything. Not because you feel loyalty to anyone. Sorry, I just touched my microphone. I hope that didn't make a noise or bother you. So it's not that you feel loyal to this ex. You don't feel loyal to anyone, really. It's more like you feel loyal to yourself. You feel like, I want to protect myself. So I just don't need this drama. So again, I don't think you're going to want to talk to this person. So I'm getting that there too. Okay, so the last card you have for your future is the Page of Pentacles. Beautiful card. This is a really hopeful card. It's about, I'm searching for something. I'm searching for an answer. I'm searching for that. Again, this ex, or this partner of this ex, is searching for an answer. They're looking for that with you. I don't think you're going to give them that answer, because again, if you look at these two cards, if you look at the Hanged Man and the Page of Pentacles, they're right next to each other, and the Page of Pentacles has got his back to the Hanged Man. So you're going to have your back to all this. You're not interested in engaging in this. You just want to keep to yourself. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, there's something else here. It's I don't know if you've got someone who might be waiting on some kind of result. It feels like a health result. And this is positive. This is good news. This is yellow. This is positivity. So there's some kind of good result in health. And I don't like talking about health, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. So I have to talk about this. Someone's been searching for an answer. Maybe they've had lots of tests, or maybe they've been looking for the right person to help them. So, lots of things are closed right now, but I think at some time, some kind of very positive result's going to happen to this. Big relief coming. It's like a really good result. So it might be that a positive test comes in. Not a positive test as in you've got this terrible thing, but it's like you're clear of something, or they are, or, they don't have this, whatever it is, or they've found someone who can help them. So it's something like that. And I'm getting this huge relief here. That's what I'm getting. So I hope that helps someone. Again, don't feel pressure to talk to this person, because I'm getting this feeling here, because I'm just looking at this, I'm looking at the King of Cups and the Five of Wands now. The Five of Wands is all about drama, chaos, big kerfuffle. So I think with all this thing that they're finding this out, they're really stressed and all that, they might insist on talking to you. And so again, this is telling me to tell you to turn your back on that, like this Page of Pentacles. You don't have to engage if you don't want to. So I keep on getting that message, so I feel as if this has to go out to someone. Okay, so with the King of Cups here, yeah, so again, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the Five of Wands. So there's going to be some kind of falling out, again, maybe a breakup between this ex and their partner. That's probably going to make them even more likely to want to talk to you. Lots of stress around them again, lots of chaos. So they might come in a few times. They might try and talk to you lots and lots of times, sending you messages. So again, if you feel as if you need to block them, if you feel as if you need to block anyone around this ex, please do that. Please protect yourself. That's what I'm getting. I have to tell someone to protect themselves. You're really good at keeping to yourself. You're really good at keeping calm, or at least looking calm in the middle of a lot of chaos. Because I'm just looking at this king. He's got all these waves around him, and he's sitting completely still in the middle of this. So you can be like that. You've got to be calm in a storm. But why expose yourself to that if you don't need to? Lots of stress again, lots of chaos. And if someone's trying to pull you into something, any kind of drama, whatever it is, it's not your drama. You don't owe any of these people anything. You've been through your drama. You've been through that drama with this ex. You don't need to go through it all again.